Hello, and welcome to Unpack Stories, the podcast where we explore real stories of resilience, identity, and life across borders. This is a space for honest conversations, for the stories we carry quietly, for the transition that shape us, and for the courage that it takes us to start again. I'm your host, Petunia, and today I'm unpacking my own stories, the journey that brought me here, the love that changed my direction, and the resilience, of course, that carried me through. So, whether you're driving, resting, or just simply breathing, thank you for being here. Let's unpack this together. Before England, I had a life that felt complete. I was living in South Africa, the place that shaped me, where my roots ran deep. I had a job, I had a routine that made sense, family who knew me without explanation, friends who felt like home. My days were filled with family gatherings, music in the background. Yes, I'm a piano baby. The smell of home cooked meals. And then there was my son, Silindile, my pride, my heart. He had his school friends, his routines. We had our own little tradition. Life felt stable, life felt safe. There is something powerful about belonging, about knowing exactly where you fit. At that time, I didn't realize how much that sense of belonging meant because I had never been without it. But life has a way of shifting us right when we feel most grounded. Before I ever became a wife, before the wedding, before the whole big move, I had already lived in the UK before. I had work here, I had a routine. On paper, everything looked fine. But emotionally, I never fully settled. In my mind, England was just temporary at that point. I kept telling myself, this is just for now. I'm going to go home back in South Africa. So I didn't actually build deep roots here. I didn't fully invest. I didn't allow myself to belong. And eventually, I did go back to South Africa. I thought that chapter was closed. But life wasn't done with me yet. Have you ever lived somewhere with one foot out the door? It changes how you experience everything. While I was back in South Africa, working in my field, living my life, I met my husband. We connected during a work event. It was an easy conversation, natural chemistry. What started professionally quickly became personal. But we were in different countries. Our love story became long distance, flights, video calls, counting days, missing each other. Love across the border sounds romantic, right? And sometimes it is. Yes, absolutely. But it's also hard. It requires patience, communication, trust. He proposed. We decided to get married in South Africa. And but COVID had other plans. Our wedding was postponed. I'll never forget the day I went. I remember collecting my wedding dress. I was standing there with my mom and my brother, full of excitement. Then my phone rang. It was him. He told me he had COVID and couldn't travel at that point. My heart dropped. I remember holding the dress and just letting it fall to the floor. All the emotion hit me at once. But love is resilient. He recovered, he made it to South Africa, and we got married. Small, intimate, and absolutely beautiful. Before the move, I had long emotional conversations with my loved ones, tears, doubts, fears, and the biggest question of all, how would Silindile cope? Would he feel uprooted? Would he feel lost? Would he feel like he belonged? Deep down, I knew this was the step forward towards growth, not just for love, but for the future we were building. Moving to England wasn't just about packing boxes, it was about packing emotions as well. Suddenly, everything was new: the accents, the weather, the food, the systems. And then there was loneliness. Silindile had to adjust too, new school, new friends, new identity. But watching him adapt was both heartbreaking and inspiring. There were days where I questioned myself, days where I wondered if I had made the right decision, days where everything felt heavy. But there were also moments of strength, moments of laughter, moments of growth. Starting over doesn't mean starting empty. It means starting brave. Starting again taught me resilience. It taught me that identity isn't tied to a location, it's tied to who you are at your core. I learned to celebrate small wins, making my first friend, finding my way around the city, and most importantly, I learned this: home isn't just a place. Home is where love lives. Home is where you choose to plant new roots. If you've ever moved countries, started over, or faced a big life transition, this episode is for you. You are not alone. Your story matters. And thank you for unpacking with me today. This is Unpacked Stories and with Petunia. Until next time, keep unpacking.